My glasses do this like thing where they like tilt like this. So if you see them like that, mind your business. Welcome to my channel. My name is Aaliyah, and today we are going to be talking about my throat. We are going to be talking about my beautiful experience at the Prism tour in Toronto, where I got the privilege, the honor, the amazing privilege, to go see Pentagon in concert. So this is now my third time filming this. I filmed this, okay. We are going to be talking about my experience at Prism Tour in Toronto. I got a whole bunch of interactions that I would like to share with you guys. But yes, WOOSEOK and JINHO took my phone, but WOOSEOK just... But anyways, we're gonna get to that. So back to what I was saying. So I've been supporting Pentagon since pre-debut, a little bit before pre-debut, and then debut. So WOOSEOK has always been my bias, and then quickly after their debut, he got upgraded to my ultimate bias, and has stayed my ultimate bias all the way until today. I only have 3 ultimate biases, so it would be JINHO, Jungkook, and WOOSEOK. The day that I didn't even know Pentagon was coming to Toronto because I was so preoccupied in New York when I went to MetLife. So I was so fortunate enough to catch it, that Pentagon was coming to Toronto. I was like, thank God. And then I bought the tickets on the Monday that they came out. So it was like May 12th that they came out. So at first I only got silver, and then I tried again, and I actually got the last gold available, which was an amazing experience and just like unreal. So then fast forward, we're just like la la la. That was like in May. So now we're in like September. So September 2nd, I was actually in New York. I went down for Labor Day with my family, and then we got in the car, drove 8 hours back to Toronto. And I got home at like 10, and I had to unpack, shower, pick out an outfit, do my hair, and eat, because I didn't eat. Then I got to sleep at around 1. Woke up at 4:30, finished my makeup by 5, and then 4:30 to finish my makeup. No, the alarm went off at 4:30, and I was like, Pentagon, like, this is early. And then I did my makeup, I put on an outfit, got to the train station by like 5:50 to get on the train for 6 a.m. to get to Union Station by 7. So then Larissa got to the venue like 20 minutes before us. Then she started numbering people. So I was number 13, Rochelle was 14, and Larissa was 15. And there's 13 people ahead of us. I don't really know. That was a whole drama about how they got there and how early they got there and stuff. But that's a whole other story. Then at around 7, so we sat in line, not eating, just drinking water and playing Crazy Eights from 8 to 1. Then at 1 o'clock, this lady at the front came and gave us all wristbands. I'll show the wristbands here. Those wristbands. That was just for us to get in for VIP. So they were all numbered. So unfortunately, a girl butt in line, and she got right in front of me. So I ended up being 14th in line, not 13th. It was fine, whatever. After we got our wristbands, I finally had my first meal of the day, which was a nice McDouble combo, large fries and a Coke Zero. It was bomb. It was so good. Ate at around like 2. Then we got back to the venue, sat on concrete. Like, we did the whole day, sat on concrete, and we ate our food. And then by that time, when we finished eating our foods, we lined up to get checked in to get our VIP lanyards and I have to sneeze. Okay, that, and then our actual physical ticket, which I was so happy about. We lined up and got our VIP lanyards. And then at that time, we're like, hey, we have to be back at 5. We already ate. We're so full. We weren't hungry at all. So we just like sat on concrete again, and we waited until 5:15. They started putting us in the line order, which was a holding cell of 100 people where we're all in like lines like this, like single lines. It was so hot and my feet were burning. I was dehydrated. I was starting to get a little hungry. I was not having it, and you couldn't sit down because the line was like just you, and then the person's like right here beside you who's like, so I was 14th, and then Victoria She got to mention Victoria was like 39th, so we were all lined up like that. So then we waited from there from 5:15, we got in line, until 6:35 until they let us. My tag is still on. Oh my god, guys, this is embarrassing. So then we got into the venue. They did our bag checks in the line, which I was so thankful about, because all I can think about is, what if during this bag check somebody delays me and like I can't get in line, like it's not gonna go in the line order. But they did all the bag checks in line, and then we went in very single file line. And I gotta say something, I don't know what it is, but universes are the nicest people I've ever met. I've been to a lot of concerts, I've seen a lot of different fandoms, I've seen how they act, and universes remain on top. They're so nice. There's nobody who was disrespectful. Everybody was so like lined up perfectly. Nobody tried to butt. Nobody tried to do everything. Everybody was in such a good line order, and like, thank you so much, because you guys made this day even better also, because nobody was running. There was no drama. It was fantastic. Fantastic. They opened the doors for us to go in at 6:45 to go into the venue, and that's when like the Hunger Games started. So we got barricade. All of us got barricade. This was our view. Oof, oof. That was our view. We got barricade. That's when the concert started, and that's when the interactions started. The funniest shit was like throughout the whole time, all I was saying was like, I just want them to perform Gorilla. And everybody was like, everyone that I met, they're like, no, it's not on the set list. Like, you're not gonna hear Gorilla. And in my head, I'm like, why would they not perform their debut song? Like, and I was like, okay, like whatever. It's like, fine, I guess they're just not gonna perform Gorilla. And I just went on with my day just like thinking that Gorilla wasn't gonna come on. So they performed Shinto Bare, whoa, whoa, whoa. Come and get it, come and get it, come and get it, whoa, whoa, whoa. They performed that. And then I have a video. And I'm just gonna play it on my phone, because if I play it here, it's gonna be way too loud. And I don't want y'all to see my reaction to this song, because I was going crazy. This is when Gorilla came on. I'm just gonna play the audio. This is over a song. That's me, guys. That's me. I was literally freaking out, like the chorus, where I thought I was the main vocalist. When I heard it again, I was like, what was I doing? Like, I was screaming. I was doing the choreo. I was like a gorilla. I was doing the most. Like, Gorilla is like one of my favorite title tracks from Pentagon, just because it was such a good era. Like, WOOSEOK looked, chef's kiss. Yeah, and then after that, they started doing like the talking part, and that's when the interactions started. That's when WOOSEOK started to do a little waves to me. And please know, I was wearing like a headband. It broke during photo op, so I don't have it anymore, but I made like a different one that I'm too lazy to like get up. But this is what the headband looked like, so I was wearing that, which is probably why I got so much WOOSEOK interactions, because I was wearing the headband. But that's fine. Anyways, throughout the concert, he was like doing these, he was doing like waving, thumbs up, and he would like do like that whenever I saw, like when they were all talking, and I probably shouldn't have been like WOOSEOK, like WOOSEOK. I was like, WOOSEOK. WOOSEOK. That's all I was like screaming, and he just did like that, and like he would like wave and stuff. I'm just gonna like list off all the interactions. Like, I don't really have that much videos, so I was like freaking out. I was like crying. So WOOSEOK did that. Yuto didn't really give us that much interactions. Like, we usually just got like a shy little, like, he's really shy. Hi. That's what he does. If you're at the barricade, fucking good luck with Yalan. Good luck, because he stares at you like you have the secret recipe for a meal that he wants desperately. Like, he just like looks at you and he's like, and I was like, there was times where I was like, is there a camera that he's looking at? Is there a camera? But I'm on the barricade, and like there was like a girl and a guy who like kept going back and forth to like film, but like they're not on my side. The girl was all the way on the other side, and he was staring at me like so intensely. I thought I was going to die. Like, every time he looked at me, I was like, God. I was literally like, God. So Jin, that's my ride or die. That's my bestie. Go bitch, go bitch, go bestie. Can't fuck with these hoes because they messy. That's literally like my ride or die. He gave me the most attention possible. So nice to me, always waving. I'll insert some of our interactions that I had with him. It was like, "Nega know that you are heto, nobody knows." So I was on the barricade, I was looking at him, I was like, "Nobody knows." And he's like, "Nobody knows." And we're like dancing together like this. And it's like, "Nobody's like," as he does, and he's like, "Nobody's like you." And I'm like, period. I could die right now. Another interaction that I had with him was towards the end of the concert. I'm just like going through this really quickly. Towards the end of the concert, he like sat down like on the stage. So he sat down and then like he saw, so there's like 6 people's phones here. Mine was the furthest away, okay guys? And he worked for it and he took my phone. He took my phone and started like taking a video of himself, of him like checking himself out. And then I was like literally on the barricade, like when he took my phone, I was like, and then Hongsuk sees me doing like this, and you can see in the video he like mimics what I do, because I'm like, and he's like, he looks at me, he's like, I was like, no. This is after WOOSEOK disrespected me, and I'm gonna explain why. And I know some people are gonna be like, why weren't you just recording, Aaliyah? Like, why didn't you just hit record if you knew WOOSEOK was gonna take your phone? I did not know he was going to take my phone, people. I had no idea. He was just coming around our section and like at the barricade part, and all I wanted was his attention, just for him to wave. I just wanted him to wave. And you can see in the video, he wasn't looking at me at all. I don't know why, like in the video, he wasn't looking at me at all. He was looking like somewhere else. And then a split second, he just reaches down and grabs my phone. And I was like, what? I remember I was like, what? Like, why did he take my phone? Like, I didn't ask him to, because everyone had, because if I wanted him to take my phone, the same thing I did with JINHO, like, you would turn it to like the selfie part so they can see themselves and then take it. But mine was facing this way. So everyone else's phone was like, WOOSEOK, WOOSEOK, and my phone was like this. So he just says, grabs, and he takes it, and you can see in the video, just grabs it. And I remember I was like, and in my head, I'm like, I didn't hit record. So in my head, I'm like, he has an iPhone. He has an iPhone 10. He would probably know if this song is, if it's recording. He has an iPhone, right? So he has my phone, and he has it like this, and he realizes it's not on the front camera, right? He realizes it's not the front camera. He realizes it's not the front camera, it's on the back camera. So he goes like this, then he goes like this, and he goes like this. Then he goes back like this. So he sees it 4 times that it's not recording. 4 times he sees his phone not recording, and he just says, whatever, I'm gonna just sing, yeah, and then hand me back the phone. As soon as he handed me back the phone, I was like, I know this didn't record. I was like, I know this didn't record. I know he didn't hit record, because I didn't hit record, and I know he has like 5 brain cells collectively. Like, we probably share the same amount of brain cells, and he probably didn't hit record. So I was like, okay. I just like, as soon as it happened, I was like, okay. I was like, okay. So I just knew he didn't record, but I just got so much interactions from him during the concert that like, I didn't really need this video that badly. I didn't, like, I was so content with him just like waving at me. Like, I could have died then. Like, I literally, throughout the whole concert, I was like, I would die for him. Like, I just kept saying that because, oh, I just messed up my shirt. Because I would seriously just like die for him, and I kept saying that. But anyways, actions, Hui, I'm just like, lots of people didn't really do a lot. Like, Hui, I'm missing somebody, holy shit. Hui and Kino. Kino is very passionate when he dances. I was actually shocked to see that in New York, he actually took someone's phone, because during Toronto, he was very focused on his dancing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but he's just like, he's very passionate. So if you got like an interaction, like during any song that has choreo, like consider yourself like a god, because he closes his eyes a lot and like he's focusing really hard on his dance moves and not like really around his surroundings. I'm just saying that that's what I noticed. But usually like during the encore, he started to like, you know, be more like out there. There's like a time where like, so Shinwon and WOOSEOK are on two opposite sides. WOOSEOK's on this side and then Shinwon's only on the other side. So there's a time where I was just like, WOOSEOK was talking and I just was locked. Like I was locked. Like I was like, yo, this is lockdown mode. Everyone else around me, I was like, I'm in my zone. I was in my zone. And I was just like looking at WOOSEOK and I was smiling so much. I was like, that's my baby. I was like, that's my baby. That's what I was just like saying to myself. And then I turn my head and I make eye contact with Shinwon and he was like, and I was like, like, yeah. But he also came to our section and did little waves. And then, Larissa also got a Yeowon video. He took her phone. I really don't remember a lot of it. There's like sometimes that I look at my videos from like my other friends who were there and I'm like, oh my god, like he's waving at me and I had no idea during the concert. Oh, another interaction with Shinwon. A girl behind me had a Polaroid camera and Shinwon noticed her and he was like, for some reason, he's like, yo, throw it. He literally was like, throw it. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, why on earth would she throw this Polaroid camera? So I turned to the girl, I'm like, do you want me to pass it to him? And she's like, yeah. So I have to make direct eye contact with Shinwon to be passing this Polaroid. And I sit there, I'm recording, by the way. And it's so funny that I was recording during this and not when WOOSEOK was near my section. But you know what? That's for a whole other story. I've come to my peace with it. Whatever. So I pass the Polaroid to Shinwon, he takes the picture, and then he passes it back to me, and I pass it back to the girl. All those times, so when WOOSEOK, when JINHO, and when Shinwon took my phone, or took something from my hands, I was so numb. I was so starstruck. I didn't freak out. I wasn't shaking. None of that. Even when they passed it back to me, I was not shaking. None of it. Like, I was very locked and, like, I didn't really, like, react, which is crazy. To, like, after the concert where I was like, yo, like, Shinwon, WOOSEOK, and, like, JINHO took something from my hands. And I still am, like, what the fuck? Concert ends and then we go straight into high touch and they kind of rushed us into high touch. I had no idea we were going into high touch yet. The security guard was like, okay, go. And I didn't think Pentagon was in that room yet, but Pentagon was in that room and WOOSEOK just had to be the first person in line. And I was like, wow, they really want me to fucking die. Like, I was like, I'm not emotionally prepared. And he's so lucky because in my head at that moment, I was like, I want to fight him. I was like, I can't believe he didn't hit record. I can't believe, like, I was ready to fight him. But then I was like, as soon as I locked eyes with him and he was like smiling and I said, I love you. And he's like, I love you. I said, love you. That's what he said. He's like, love you. And I was like, that's it. Period. I said, oh God, I could die right now. He said, love you. I was like, okay. And then as soon as I went through like all the members, they kind of had like a face of like, oh, it's you, kind of like, oh, it's you, the girl on the barricade. And the person who did that the most to me was Shinwon. He was on the end again, and he was like, oh, it's you, like kind of like, ah, it's you. JINHO did it to me as well, and Yeowon did it to me as well, like, oh, it's you, kind of thing. And then we went to like another side of this room, and the Silvers came in and did their photo, their high touch, and then they started to line us up for gold. And originally I thought it was groups of 5, but it ended up being groups of 9, which is ridiculous. So me and Risha were kind of like forced into a group that was already formed. And they already figured out who they wanted to stand beside. And I was like, I'm like, so who do you want to stand beside? Who do you want to stand beside? And this girl's like, oh, I want to stand beside WOOSEOK. And I was like, okay. I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I was like, honestly, like, I don't know, like, how it was, like, I usually my mindset is, like, I'm gonna fight. Like, no, you're not standing beside me. I am. Like, but I didn't have the effort to fight. Probably just because I was just so content with, like, everything that already happened up to this point that I was like, I'm not gonna try to take this day away from this girl like, she can stand beside WOOSEOK. Like, I had no problem. I was like, yeah, that's fine. And I remember everyone's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, that's, like, cool. Like, stand beside him. I don't, like, I was like, he took my phone. Like, he took my phone, even though there's no, like, there's evidence of him taking my phone. It might not be on my phone, but there's evidence, like, I know that he had my phone, and he knows that he had my phone as well. So, like, that's everything to me. That's everything. So, this is the funny part. So, they're like, okay, go ahead, like, for the photo. And I was the first to sit down, and, like, everybody was taking a ridiculously long time to come in because they're trying to, like, figure out the order. So, it was literally just, like, me and Pentagon just, like, sitting in dead silence. Literally dead silence. I was like, Like, Pentagon is, like, behind me, and I'm just, like, sitting on the chair. I'm like, Yeah, and then, like, Rochelle's having a conversation with Kino behind me, and WOOSEOK, literally all I had to do was turn my head, and I can literally have a conversation with WOOSEOK. But the Cube management was the most, they were so scary. I was like, I'm not trying to get on these people's bad side. I'm trying not to get banned from future stuff, you know, like, I'ma just mind my business. I just mind my business. And then I just turned myself to the side because I knew that WOOSEOK was gonna be here, and I just smiled and like, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we smiled, and the flash like clicked, and then they're like, okay, get up, and they're like running us out. They're like, go, and I'm like, okay, like, I know, I'm like, because they were just yelling at everyone. I'm like, I'm gonna head out, but let me just make sure WOOSEOK knows that I love him one more time, even though I said it like a trillion times that whole day. Let me just make sure that he knows, even though he already said he loved me already in the high touch line, but I was like, I'm gonna just make sure that he knows one more time. So then I got up and I was like, he was looking at somewhere else, and I was like, WOOSEOK, and he like clicks his eyes to me. Guys, I can close my eyes and I can literally see it right now, and it's the most, like, literally, if I could have a picture of that, like, I wish I had, like, for some reason, I just wish I had, like, eyes that took photos or something. I don't know. He just looked at me, and I was like, WOOSEOK, I love you so much. I was like, I love you so much. And he couldn't say anything back because the Cube was yelling. Like, they were yelling. And he just did this to me. And, like, as soon as I said I love you, he had, like, you know the emoji that's, like, kind of, like the cute one? That's, like, how his face was, like, aw. And he did, like, this to me. And I said, dead, complete. I'm gone. I said, that's everything I needed in life. That is everything I needed in life. Everything that I needed. I was so content. I was like, I can die right now. I said, I don't care what this picture looks like. The picture's just an added on. Like, I got everything and more at this concert that I don't care. I could literally not be in this picture at all, and I'm content. I'm content. So then I jumped in an Uber with Larissa and Rochelle. We went to McDonald's, and then I went on the bus to go back home. And then they released the Toronto picture. And WOOSEOK just, like, happens to have his head right beside mine. So it's like this. So I have my solo picture with WOOSEOK. Like, I literally have a solo picture with WOOSEOK. Like, it's just me and him. And like, Rochelle and Larissa. But, like, that's me. And, oh, my God, when I saw that, I was like, done. Like, this picture could look like crap. I don't even care. I have the pictures I wanted. And that was just the best moment of my life. Like, concert was, like, everything and more, and I'm just so happy how everything turned out. And then the group picture came out. This is my group picture with Pentagon, with everyone's face included. This is everybody with emojis, and then this is me completely blacking out the girl who's standing beside WOOSEOK, and it kind of just looks like a solo picture. But that was my experience at Prism in Toronto, and I hope everybody has a good concert if you guys are going. Any concert if you're seeing Pentagon. I'm so happy. And I'm so excited to see Pentagon when they come back to Toronto, because you best know I'll be on the barricade. No questions about it. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Yeah, that's everything I have to say. Bye.